Hello there. Starstream here for a quick review. Yes, I have been absent for some time. Forgive me that the room echoes a bit, because it's empty-ish, alright? And there's no Transformers behind me, and you can't have them there because that's a wall, so it just won't work. And you can't put them on the door. Anyway, two Transformers. One of them really bad in a good way, and one of them really good in a bad way. Now, if that doesn't make a lot of sense to you now, it probably won't do when I finish it. You know, if you do yourself a favour, just stop this now. For those of you who are left, and there must be one or two, I would hope, fingers crossed, let's get going, shall we? What do we have here? What is that? Now, I know what you were thinking. It's not a Transformer, and if it is, it's a knockoff. Well, he's not a Transformer, but he is, because he is a knockoff, isn't he? So, you're right on both accounts. Look, this I happened to pick up yesterday, and he was £2.50. £2.50. That's a lot of money for a piece of crap. But I thought, you know, spirit of being charitable, I thought I would pick this up. They had quite a few there. On the back there is some of the others that you can get. I don't know if that picks it up. Are you really interested? I don't really know. This is called, I think, interchangeable robots. Now, the funny thing is about the packaging on this, which I was reading it. Obviously I haven't got much better to do in my time. I was reading the package of a knockoff Transformer, and they're called Alphatrons. So, does that mean that they're made by Alpha Trion, and he's going under an alias name and calling himself Alphatron? These are questions that should be answered. I'm going to raise them, alright? And here he is. He's called Knucklebreaker. Now, you're not likely to see him again. Now, with this sort of toy, I recommend being careful to open them, because you won't see this kind of packaging again. So this is how you do it, alright? Now pay close attention. You see here with this bit here, get your finger under here if you haven't got a knife. Don't use knives in case you cut yourself, like this. There you go. See, it's really easy, isn't it? Yeah, you've got to look after the packaging on them. And here he is. Now, who do you think this is? Would you ever put it on camera and you could see it, couldn't you? Who is that? Yes, my friends, it is animated Dinobot. Dinobot. They're all Dinobots, aren't they? Swoop would be a more appropriate name. And he is garish beyond all belief. He looks like Sunstorm Swoop, doesn't he? What do you think? Sunstorm Swoop? Would that be quite a good representation? I don't know. He could be a Decepticon now, couldn't he? Now let's take a look at the quality of this thing. Granted, the quality of the others wasn't that great anyway, and he is actually, I've got to say, not bad. They've actually gone and put screws in here, you see. Not clips, but screws to hold the wings in. So, not bad. And the transformation, should we have a look at that? Actually, before we do, just a little quick thing here. The head moulding. You getting that? This is not really that interesting, is it? No, but there we go. So, I'm going to transform him. Bear with me one second, because even me, I don't know, is he really that hard to transform? I don't think he is he? I can't remember, actually, because I can't remember what the other Dinobot transformed like. But I think he's missing a couple of joints. I'm quite certain that these shoulders on the animated one, the official one I should say, folded back, but these don't, so I don't really know. Now he looks like, what does that look like? Duck-billed platypus. There's something else this reminds me of, a dodo bird, and they're extinct, but then so are pterodactyls. Yeah, he's alright. £2.50. Have I been ripped off? Well, you can let me know. It's too late now, I brought it, so there we go. That was a very interesting little Transformer, wasn't it? Here's the one that I really want to look at, though.
Lies they sell to you.
Who is that? Yes, it's a Dark of the Moon figure, isn't it? Now, I'm going to just come ahead and say this now. Some of you may not know this, but I don't like Michael Bay very much, and I don't like his film franchise very much, and I don't like Bay films very much. Now, no, that comes as a great shock to you, because you all thought I really liked it, but sorry guys, I can't stand anything to do with it. So that leaves me, possibly, or you, with the question, why did I buy it? Well, I like Laserbeak, so I thought, let's give it a try. And here he is. Now, this is him in his Laserbeak mode. Let me just concentrate on the weapons because they bug the hell out of me. They can fit on the top of the wing or at the bottom, which is fine. I've got one on the bottom there and it can fit on the top. Obviously it's supposed to play homage to the original one if you put them on the top like you got on the back. But I actually prefer them underneath. I think they look better. Now, it's got one of these, what are they, mech tech gimmicks, isn't it? And you know me, I hate gimmicks. This is what the gimmick is. What is the purpose of that? See, this is stupid. If it's on his shoulder here, and he says, here we go, because he speaks now in Dark of the Moon. Sorry, big spoiler. He speaks, so, and if he's got, he says, one transformer, oh, Decepticon, get to my left, one of you, and other one get to my right. And he says, I'm going to charge through the middle, and he starts doing this. That means he's firing to the left and the right.
So anyone who's covering him from the left or the right is screwed. Okay? Screwed!
And I hate weapons badges. He looks alright on the toy, but, you know, if you're going to use the little gimmick thing, you know, I can highly recommend avoiding it. Alright, the other one doesn't have the gimmick. They couldn't even be bothered to do it twice. This one's locked solid. How cheap is that? Funny, sorry, the camera I've got angled here is quite weird because he's got, like, huge hands, look. Okay. Right. I've got a huge head now. Should I just stay back a bit and let's take a look? I like his face because he's got a little jaw that opens up because he does talk. So, open up, open up, open up. Open up! Man! There we go. That's it. What do you think? He's alright, isn't he? I quite like him. He's not very good at balancing on his little birdie legs. He has a tendency to fall over like that. And that wasn't me just emphasising it by making him fall over to back up my case. He is actually quite unstable. He's all sort of front heavy. I mean, he's got a tail for balance, but it doesn't do anything because it's so light. Other than that, he's all grey, you know, they really haven't got any detail on it. All the details on this bit of head thing under here, which we'll get to in a minute. But I like that, his head's quite, manoeuvrable. You know, you can get, a bit, alright, and his tail is not too bad. Although this does bug me, you see here, it's got the, sort of like the other side of the tail, if you see, that side is the side you want displayed, wouldn't it? So you would expect the tail to twist round, so you can have that bit round there. No, it doesn't happen. It's a shame, but it's a slight gripe, and I like doing slight gripes. The legs are alright, as I said, just a bit unstable. The wings are quite nice. They have many positions you can put them in. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but that's what you can do. And all in all, other than the twatty colour scheme, they have got detail on the eyes and the head, so I'll let that one go. But other than that, he's alright. Now, the alt mode is the weird bit. So I suppose we should transform him, shouldn't we? Ugh.
This operation, annihilation.
And here he is. Okay, I don't know if I've transformed him right, and if I have, what is he? And if I haven't transformed him right, what's he meant to be? He doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. Not that I've seen many giant transforming birds, as it were, or whatever they are, but I've never seen this. What is it? What is that meant to be? I can't even remember what he's meant to be in the film. Does his jaw open? No, it doesn't. I don't even know if that's meant to be a jaw. Is that meant to be the front of a cockpit? Yes, I think it is. Was it supposed to be one of those little radio-controlled toys that people have? You know, just you fly around in your office because you've got nothing better to do, or something along those lines? I don't know. I really don't know. What is it? I can't really review it as per se because I don't know what it is that I'm looking at. On face value, it's pretty crap. Let's be honest with you. Would you want that displayed? No. Doesn't even look like a transformer, does it? Now, speaking of bad transformers, this is a bad transformer, but they only cost $2.50. This is a bad transformer and cost $11.99. So, you know, take your pick, really. Can I compare the two? Nah, not really. They're nothing like each other, are they? They're both transformers to a certain extent. This one, I would hazard, is more of a transformer than this one. I thought I'd compare them to two because there is nothing else to compare these two. Actually, I could compare him to the animated line with My Voice Comes Back. Where did my voice go there? Everybody's cheering, going, yeah. But it come back. So there. It's a bit like me, actually. I come back, that is. And say no more. So there he is. He's alright. He reminds me of something now I come to mention it, and I can't quite think what it is. So there we go. A couple of Transformers. Are they worth getting? Well, this, if you can find it, actually, for the sake of having it displayed next to Swoop, and calling it Sunstorm Swoop, or Sandstorm Swoop, or anything else you want to call it. Even he could be one of the Predacons, couldn't he? Dive Bomb, anything with that colour scheme, I like it. And for £2.50, I might actually do some painting on it, tweak it up a little bit, customise it. You know what, for £2.50 it's a bloody bargain. This, on the other hand, is not. I don't know what it's meant to be. It's really stretching the imagination of Transformer toys in general. The colour scheme is just military grey, and that's it. There is no detail anywhere other than on the head, which I'm not even sure if that's a head or a cockpit. The only saving grace is that Laserbeak's all-robot mode isn't too bad. And I quite like the head, even though it's painfully unstable. And that MechTech gimmick thing, I hate gimmicks. I'll mention that again. Gimmicks really bug me. Surely a Transformer is the gimmick, isn't it? Am I just missing something? I'm probably missing something here. Somebody point it out what I'm missing, because I don't bloody get it. Anyway, so yeah, avoid that one. What else have I got to say? Not a great deal today, actually. I'm still around. I have a new guitar, which I will show you guys as soon as I can. For those that you notice, it's a Fender Showmaster. It's very nice, and I will play a song ASAP with it, and then you lot can tell me what you think of it. Alright, so that's me, Big Mouth, saying take care, guys, and see you out there.